We have received messages from people who have not spoken to anyone for weeks, from parents who have gone mad to teach their children at home, from top medical staff, from people who cannot attend the funerals of their loved ones, from people who have discovered positive and revealing things about themselves, from people who are looking for meaning in their lives, from people who are afraid, in love, excited, or at peace, from people who are inspired, encouraged, hopeful, angry, cranky, eccentric, disturbed, and apathetic. Over the past few months, we have encouraged people to call and leave messages to tell them how much they can feel during the COVID-19 pandemic. When the lines were set out, we realized as quickly as in some countries that people are not used to explaining their feelings to someone, certainly not to a stranger, while in other countries, such as Jordan, the voicemail culture does not really exist all over the world. People are isolated, overwhelmed, alone, or frightened. They are forced to associate with their partners, children, strangers, or alone in a small space. When the screen lights up, we are invited to inhabit an emotional landscape, and no matter how the film is viewed, we leave a different feeling than when we arrive. Each week we discuss visual references, what we see, hear, and read, but ultimately each person is responsible for his or her own 710-minute chapter and is invited to bring his or her own phone calls into visual life. All filmmakers first met in a remote corner of the Peruvian Amazon 2 years ago, after Werner Herzog invited them to his film workshop. It's a space for everything people want to get rid of, or just for something that needs to be heard. We live in a time where people regret, but have few opportunities to express it. Philosopher Ian Jarvis suggests that cinemas form an invisible community group, those with experience and deal with the same content. And he goes on to say, we live in a spectator society. The spoken messages we've heard so far are a rich source of experience and show how each person is influenced differently. Once we found solutions, we started thinking about how to launch our platform and encourage people to call. The more we listened to these messages, the more we became fascinated by their special power in the narrative space after the sound. This space is a meeting place for ideas, these collective stories that are an essential part of our cultural identity. To feel part of something bigger than ourselves.